Psalm 71. Boy, yesterday, I will go in the strength of the Lord God. I will make mention of thy righteousness, even thine only, O God. Thou hast taught me from my youth, and hitherto have I declared thy wondrous works. So, verse 17, we didn't talk much about it, but he's looking at the entire sequence of his lifespan. And I could tell you this last week, in my few minutes of spare time here and there, I was doing some work on my home computer and trying to consolidate photo libraries. Because over the years, I've got these, had my original photo library going back to 2002 or something like that when digital photography started, 2000, something like that. And then I've been gradually building this library. And then I kind of like switched computers and upgraded devices and all that. So I started a new library. So I'm trying to get all of my photos, all of these years of photos. It's like 70 or 80,000 photographs into one library and I'm going to get them backed up into the cloud somewhere so that they're safe. And a lot of them have ended up being duplicates over the years. And so I'm using this software to go through and find the duplicates and purge them and save the good ones and all this to kind of get it done. So anyway, all that to say, a big part of all that process, I've just been scrolling through the years, going back to, in my photo library, I think going back to 2002 or 3, when Haley was just a little toddler, and just scrolling through so many family memories. You don't typically take pictures of your mundane. It's not like you take pictures every day when you go into your work or you sit at your desk or your office. When I'm sitting at my study, I don't go, okay, today I'm going to, take pictures of preparing messages, or here's my counseling appointments, or here's my staff meetings. That you don't usually do that. The pictures you take are the high moments, the moments you want to remember. They're holidays and birthdays and celebrations and great moments, anniversaries and vacations. And so if you looked at my photo stream, you'd think all we did as a family was play. But in reality, those are just great memories. They're just great times. And God brought us through, and he's blessed us in so many ways. And that's a little bit of what we're getting the sense of with this psalmist. He's saying, from my youth, he's scrolling through the photo library of his mind and his memories, and he's thinking through the years, and he's saying, God, all the way from my youth, you've walked with me and you've taught me. And all the way to this point, you've unfolded your mighty works, your blessings, and your power has been evident in my life and in my journey. I see your hand active in my life. Now look at verse 18. Now also, when I am old and gray-headed. Now, in my case, it's not just gray-headed, it's bald-headed. It's no hair-headed. But when I am old and gray-headed, God, forsake me not. Now, as I read this a moment ago before recording this moment together, the very first thing I thought, well, first of all, this is a rhetorical prayer. We've seen these many times. This is the psalmist saying, he's stating the obvious. He's actually asking God to do what only God does and what God only does. Like, God doesn't forsake his own. That's just built into his character. It never happens. So he is requesting of God that he not do something that is impossible for God to do to begin with. So what's the purpose of this kind of prayer? God, don't forsake me now, okay? The purpose of this kind of prayer is, it's the word that comes to mind is rhetorical. It's a literary device where the psalmist is essentially reminding himself two things: reminding himself of God's reliability, okay, and durability, that God's not going to forsake me now, but he's saying it in a rhetorical, Lord, don't let me down now, okay? Don't forsake me now. Well, he's not going to, and the psalmist is assuring himself that he's not going to. He's reminding God of his own character, okay? There's a sense, maybe there's an experiential sensory component of this where the psalmist is saying, let me be assured, give me the sense that you are still with me. I want to experience your power and your presence and your activity in my life as I have up to now, okay, which is a great prayer to pray. But let me tell you the second sense that I believe is built in here into this poetry, okay? It's also, God, I'm not going to forsake you now. God, I'm not going anywhere, and I hope you're not going anywhere either. Okay. There is, well, he's already said it in verse 14 and 16. I will. The commitment is there. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going in God's strength. God, you go with me too. I'm not going to forsake you now. We've come this far. I'm not giving up now. God, don't give up on me now. I just love that. I'm reminded of a song we used to sing years ago. I've come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in his holy word. He's never failed me yet. Oh, I won't turn back. I've come this far by faith. I was singing that to Dana, I don't know, a couple of months ago in a humorous moment. I forget why and what we were talking about or what hardship we were dealing with in the moment, but I just decided to break the ice a little bit and bring some humor in. And I just grabbed that song from literally 25 years ago in my life and began to sing it, and she cracked up. And it brought some levity to whatever difficult moment we were talking through. So, oh God, well, verse 18, now when I am old and gray-headed, oh God, forsake me not, until I've showed thy strength unto this generation, and thy power to everyone that is to come. Oh, I love the end of this verse. Lord, let's just keep this journey going until I have fulfilled my assignment, my mission, my vision, my passion that you've given me to show your strength to this generation. Now, if you're over, oh goodness, I'm going to say 40, 45, and you're watching this, I'm just going to arbitrarily draw a dividing line. Our mission is to show God's power and faithfulness and presence and activity to this generation. That's what we're called to do, to live for others, to hand off the baton of our faith. And we need God's power to do it. We need God's strength to do it. But our mission is to project, is to show forth. It is to advance and magnify and glorify the activity of God, the power of God, the strength of God to everyone that's coming behind us. And so I can speak for myself. I'm in. Like, I am all the way in on that mission. In fact, even as I'm recording this, I'm asking for your prayer today, Wednesday, because Thursday, Friday, Dana and I will be doing exactly this to the next generation of pastors. We'll be teaching and speaking and encouraging next generation pastors at a pastors conference, a church advance conference in Jacksonville, Florida, with my friend Brian Sams and Kurt Skelly and others, and just trying our best to encourage and pour into the next generation, to show God's power to the next generation. I'm telling you, when it comes to this mission, I am all in. Okay, you can bank on it. If I'm anywhere on the planet other than just recuperating and renewing and restoring with Dana, it is about this. It is about handing off God's name, God's glory to the next generation. And I just, number one, encourage you to embrace this same assignment. And number two, I want to thank you, those of you that share in this mission with me and Dana, and all of us in our church family that are committed to this next generation. Let's press on in it. It honors God that we would give our lives to this next generation and show them his beauty. Thanks for joining me in it. Happy Wednesday. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.